Every morning at 6, the same ritual. My neighbor revved his obnoxiously loud truck, stomped across his driveway, and hollered because my old rescue dog barked through the fence. "Can't you shut that mud up?" he'd yell, coffee sloshing out of his travel mug. "He's useless. Should have been put down years ago." I tried to ignore him, but after weeks of this routine, his shouting became a kind of alarm clock made of pure hatred. My dog, Rusty, was 13, mostly deaf, and loved nothing more than sitting in the sun. He barked out of habit, a few hoarse woofs at movement. But to my neighbor, it was apparently a personal attack. One morning, he marched up to my porch, all red-faced and sweaty, and said, "If that dog barks tomorrow, I'm calling animal control." I told him, "Go ahead. They'll probably like Rusty more than you." He muttered something about useless mutts and irresponsible owners as he stormed off. That night, I sat with Rusty and promised him I wouldn't let that man take away another year of peace from him. The next morning, when the barking started, I was ready. I'd been doing a bit of research. City ordinances can be funny things. Turns out you can file noise complaints about almost anything, especially loud engines at dawn. So I started a little log. Every time my neighbor's truck coughed to life before sunrise, I made a note. Every door slam, every shouted phone call in the driveway. A week later, I had enough recordings to make an audiobook of his tantrums. I sent them, along with a neatly written report, to the city's noise enforcement office. 2 weeks later, as I sat on my porch with Rusty, we heard the best sound in the world: silence. The city had sent him a citation, and apparently he'd been warned that another complaint could cost him a hefty fine. He came stomping over again, pointing at my dog, sputtering about revenge. I smiled and said, "Maybe your truck needs obedience training." Rusty wagged his tail as if he understood perfectly. Now the mornings are quiet. My neighbor leaves for work an hour later, quietly coasting down the street. Rusty still barks sometimes. Soft old man woofs into the breeze. I pat his head and say, "Good boy, you finally taught him manners." The air feels lighter now, the tension gone from the fence line. Rusty lies down again, eyes half closed, content. I sit beside him, listening to the quiet, grateful for the peace we earned together. I don't start fights, but I finish them legally.